Apostle John W. Taylor complimented the people of Provo on the excellent character of the building in which the conference was held. He was glad to see that, notwithstanding this was the first meeting of the general gathering, there was such a full attendance. The meetings of the saints were larger and more interesting since the present legal persecutions began. This was a gratifying result. It was a matter of regret to see them renounce the religious principles in their families. It was, however, a matter of rejoicing that so many were so willing to stand by their covenants like men. The oppressions that were directed against the church were necessary to cleanse it from those who were hypocritical and otherwise unworthy. Some process had been permitted by divine providence for the same purpose in every dispensation. This latter-day one had its peculiar means for that purpose. In reference to our leading men coming forward and accepting of the penalties and humiliation which their enemies were anxious to heap upon them, they had to be subject in these matters to the will of God. Their natural inclinations might lead them to thus present themselves to be taken within the power of their enemies, but they must be guided by what the Almighty manifests as His mind upon the subject. The first presidency are prophets, seers, and revelators to the church. Were it not so, we, as a people, would be the subjects of a delusion and a snare. But we know that this work is founded upon the principle of continuous revelation. The Holy Ghost is the medium of communication between divinity and humanity. The Scriptures, written by the power of that Spirit, say that a wise man foreseeth an evil and escapes from it. The same authority says the fool takes a precisely opposite course. Noah, being possessed of the Holy Ghost, foresaw the flood and prepared against the evil day. So with other prophets. It is by the power of the Spirit that a man knows that Jesus is the Christ. It cannot be known by any other power. Hence Paul says, no man can say that Jesus is the Christ except by the Holy Ghost. That is, he cannot say so truthfully. Yet the people of the world who are religious will claim to be possessed of the Holy Ghost, yet deny the necessity or existence of prophets, notwithstanding that those who possess that power are prophets. While denying the spirit of prophecy, they claim to have the Holy Ghost, which is the same. The testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. The speaker here testified to his knowledge of the fact that the first presidency were guided by the power of the Holy Ghost, being directed by revelation from Jesus Christ. He related a number of instances furnished by the Scriptures showing that holy men of various ages and dispensations had taken a similar course. Let it be known that God had revealed to the first presidency that it was well for them to keep out of the way for a season. Those who have the testimony of Jesus will know that this is the case, for this is their privilege.